And eventually they'll play it 40 metres away from the try line. Last tackle, says referee Tom Stindle. Here we go now to Kobe Black, who puts up the big skyscraper. Beautifully taken by the Bears, who will play it 15 away from their own line.
A nice little start from the Raiders there, just making their way downfield, getting towards their kick. As I said, they haven't had the greatest of starts here into this 2026 season, the Raiders. I think they just want to be playing some nice, simple football early doors, get themselves into this game. They won't want to be looking for another loss to start off the season.
Here go the Bears, 6 to go, says the referee as they power through the middle. 6 again. Been a big talking point of rugby league lately. How many they are giving in matches in it. 6 again. I tell you what, it's the Bears of TJ Tuivai into the right half of the field. Here we go to the left-hand side now. And a great run here by Wilson. He's got support. He goes himself and he's tackled 5 metres away from the try line. Here goes Yates out of dummy half. Fires it away now, the captain. And Kobe Thomas. Right near the posts here, running towards the Ken Irvine scoreboard for the Bears. Yates into dummy half. Fires it away now to Stedman. Here we go, and it's going to be a try for the Bears as they bring it round under the posts with Matt Stimson. And the Bears get the perfect start at 4-0.
They did, but it was the Canberra side that gave them the great field position. I think you got up to 2 or 3, at least 6 and agains in a row. You just can't give it a team like the Bears that sort of field position, particularly at their home ground. And then there was a nice little break there, as you said, by Wilson on that left-hand side. He had the support on the outside, decided to go himself. They said they did make the last-minute tackle there, but then they just went to their right. And Stimson, boy, you don't need to give him too much of an invitation, do you, Kiwi Mick? He was able to find that little gap, and he was able to put the first points on the board for the day here for the Bears.
Yeah, great stuff here, and that hill is absolutely chockers here at North Sydney over there. Been waiting patiently all the way to April the 12th for their first home game. Here goes Kieran Heyman, who's 10 metres back and about 3 metres to the right of the posts. Kicking towards the Ken Irvine scoreboard. And the Bears with their coach Leon Latalupe have come out very strong to start this year, that's for sure. And it's 6-0, Shane on the sideline.
Yeah, good start there by the Bears, getting that nice little break there through Wilson. Almost botched it there, but the small pump fake out to Matty Stimson gets the Bears across the line for the first thing. Also, late news during the warm-up, Sean Voivoletta has been injured. He is out. I will confirm the replacement player in the next few seconds.
Thanks for that. So the Raiders restart play with Kobe Black. Here go the Bears now from the back fence. They charge forward with big TJ Tuivai. And they're 15 metres away from their own line on the right-hand side of the field. Here goes Tui Katoa, being shifted into the centres for this match. Over the top is Jake Clydesdale in defence. Here go the Bears now, working it through the middle with big Tuivai again. Stimson now, the right-hand second rower, picked up and dumped. And they're 8 short of halfway on tackle 4. Through the middle they go now with Amaran Gudgeon, who got a good try against Manly last week. Just short of the halfway stripe on the last tackle. Here goes Stedman. Drives it along the train tracks on the right-hand side. Back here is going to be Ethan Elia again. Eventually, seems like Canberra's hardly had the ball here in the first 6 minutes as they play it now. Dane Laurie in at dummy half. Here we go now to Sione Finau outside the 20-metre zone. The Raiders in beautiful blue skies here in autumn. Here goes Chevy Stewart, big part of the future for Canberra, a 20-year-old who's actually played 4 NRL matches already, as they work it through the middle again with Sione Finau, and they're 4 short of halfway. Owen Paddy into dummy half, bit of a loose one out the back to the right-hand side now is Jordan Utah. Last tackle, they're just past halfway as they go to the right. They chip. And the Bears have got it with Ray Vega. So Matt Mears, the Bears are in a good position here. as we work it away now, and they're just about it. Works it across field now to Stedman. Dummies and goes. Eventually they're 30 metres away from the line. Gudgeon works it now to Stimpson. Inside ball now to Wilson. Here goes Makatoa through the centre. Brings it to the 20-metre line here for the Bears on the last tackle, says Stindl. Here goes Stedman. He chips. They chase through. And a good take by the Raiders, but a penalty for tackled in the air. That was Ethan Elia. Looks like he's switched to fullback here, Shane, down on the sideline.
Yeah, you got that right call right there, Kiwi Mick. Also, we can confirm the replacement for Sean Violetta in 21 is Riley Wake, young fella that's come across from the Penrith Panthers New South Wales Cup squad from last season.
All right, thanks for that. Bit of a late change. Right on kickoff. Here go the Raiders. And they're 20 short of halfway. As they work it through the centre of the field, Joe Roddy, who can score a try, he's got a couple of NRL games to his name as well. He played one this year. They swing it away to the right-hand side now to Jordan Utah. The Bears have got it, so Canberra making a few errors as Wilson works it now to Stimpson. And eventually the Bears have it now 35 metres away from the line, in a good position again here with their loyal fans. So much excitement with the Perth Bears entering the comp next year. Here goes Kieran Heyman. Away now to Ray Vega on the left-hand side. Vega's going to score. He's a damaging, powerful, robust winger. And the Bears have come out smoking. It's 10-0.
Yeah, what a big man Vega. Hasn't been able to make this team the last few weeks, has he? He wanted to be showing, particularly to these Bears home fans and perhaps for the Perth Bears fans next year. It's so dangerous when you can get even just a little bit of free space, and that's what he did there. Said the Canberra defence had no opportunity once he was in full flight to stop him, and it's almost too easy here for the Bears early doors, Kiwi Mick.
Yeah, great stuff there, making the most of their chances, and great atmosphere here at North Sydney Oval. What a start for the Bears. As Kieran Heyman's got a big boot, and he's going to have to use it this time because he's right on the sideline, 24 metres back. 10 minutes gone, it's 10-0. The Bears, after they would admit themselves it was a disappointing year last year, this year they're back up in the pack of the front runners. On the hill side of the ground here is Kieran Heyman. He strikes it, and it's away. It remains 10-0. Shane on the sideline.
Unfortunately, missed the last little bit of that try, but if I know Ray Maega as well as I do, that would have been just a blockbuster run down the sideline, just running over players left, right and centre, but good pickup by the Bears to get him across from the Seagulls, who didn't use him as much as they should have, and you can see why the Bears were so wanting to have him in the squad.
As the Raiders restart us again, and here goes Abiata Tuliapa, who had a very good game against Manly last week, with a try and a try assist. The Bears are in their groove here with big TJ Tuivai. A lot of emotion-charged start it is here. Here we go now to Kobe Thomas, the captain. Rolls it through the middle. 3 Raiders defenders. A very good afternoon to the people in the nation's capital tuning in on Bar TV. Here we go now to Riley Main. 6 to go, says referee Tom Stindl. 45 metres away from the line, the Bears. Here we go now to Makatoa through the centre. Owen Paddy over the top. And they're 37 metres away from the line, the Bears. Here goes Stedman. Out the back now to Gudgeon. Can't quite get away from the tackle. Quick play the ball. Yates out of dummy half to Stedman. Away now to Tui Katoa. He finds Stimpson. Dummies inside and offloads again to Katoa. Here go the Bears. Look at them keeping it alive. Penalty as well. So Matt Mears, the Bears, they're building a lot of pressure. In fact, we'll stay with the play here as they take the tap. Gee, they're on fire, the Bears. Here we go through the middle now to Tuavai. 2 metres away from the line, the Bears. They go to the right-hand side. Here we go now to Wilson, who nearly cuts through them. 2 metres away from the line. Yates. Dummies to the left. They race up and trap him, ball and all. Eventually now they're about 7 metres away from the line are the Bears. Stedman. Here goes Kobe Thomas, the captain, driving forward. He's very good in this area of the field. And they're half a metre away are the Bears. Yates. Out the back now to Wilson. Here goes Stedman. To the right now to Gudgeon. Good tackle around the legs. Last tackle. Dane Laurie it was. Katoa, the chip, the chase. No try. Canberra take a bit of a breath with the goal line dropout coming up.
Yeah, but more pressure on their line, Kiwi Mick. They've had to absorb so much pressure. There's already been 2 tries, but the Bears, they've just, when they can get on a roll inside their opposition 20, we know they're one of the most dangerous teams in the competition. I said, they're going to go short here, and I said they're going to build more pressure here.
Yeah, the Bears making a big statement at home to start off their season. Here goes Makatoa now, no way but forward. He offloads now to Yates. Big chance for the Bears here to Stimpson. So this is a big test for the Raiders here. Yates fires it away now to Kobe Thomas. To Stedman. Can he offload? No, not quite. And they're 11 metres away from the line, the Bears. Again now to Kobe Thomas, the captain. Runs very good lines, the lock forward. He can play a bit of fullback in 5'8". He's got to play it on the mark. Yates. Away now to Stedman. Here goes Stimpson. And the beautiful hole run by the second rower, who charges over a bit like Boyd Cordner back in the day. To name a bit of a legend. 14-0. We've got the water ready.
Oh, you're going to need it, I think, today, Kiwi. Another great bit of hole running from that man. He did it just only a few moments ago. Don't know how much he can improve on perfection, but he's tried to do it there again. Obviously, it's going to be somewhere now that the North Sydney Bears are going to target. They've had success in that area twice now in these first 15 minutes. And it's just almost looking too easy here for the Bears. And I know it hasn't been the greatest start for those Raiders fans out there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, look, I was expecting a little bit more from them today. Look, being a Manly fan, I saw them got that big lead, and then St George came back on Friday night. So I said maybe this is the chat they need behind the post, the Raiders, just to get themselves into gear. But anything like we know in this New South Wales Cup, if they can get some field position down their end of the field, down the Bears' end of the field, then this scoreline can turn around.
And congratulations to Canberra winning in the NRL yesterday against Souths. It was a big win in Perth. I actually watched that game at home, very entertaining match. So it's a big win for their club. Morale booster as Heyman 1 from 2. And he nails it. 16-0 to the Bears. Shane on the sideline.
Yeah, if you're watching the game on Bar TV, you would have seen Matty Stimpson starting in an overs line, which means you're running from inside shoulder outwards. But as soon as the pass was being thrown to him, he's then stepped inside and turned it into an unders line to get him through that line there. Also for Matt Stimpson, if you hadn't already mentioned it, Kiwi, this is game 50 in the red and black for him.
Yeah, there we go. So he's a bit of real hard-working second rower. The Bears can do no wrong here. So finally, Canberra get down the right end of the field as they work it through the middle again to Patuki Case. Trying to bust and barge away from the props. 30 metres away they are. Paddy, away now to Black. Out the back to Laurie. Oh, that's a pass out the back of everyone. They fire it inside. And that might actually be a Canberra ball after all of this, because I don't think anything went forward.
You'll be 100% correct on that, Kiwi. Unfortunately, the wingers just touched the ball and he's put in the touchline.
All right.
Well, there we go. There you go. The Raiders, they needed some luck, rub of the green to go their way. They've got it now.
Here go the Raiders as they work it with Joe Roddy. So they finally get a bit of time down this end of the field. Here we go now to Dane Laurie. Finds his man now in Chevy Stewart. Weaves in field as they find Elia. Here we go to the right-hand side with Tuiali, and they're 10 metres away from the line. Here we go to Elia, to Black. Through the middle now again is Joe Roddy. The Raiders trying to set something up here. Owen Paddy into dummy half. No doubt Ricky Stewart will be keeping an eye on him as they charge forward through the centre with Patuki Case. The Bears put up the brick wall. Oh, this is going to be a try! Jake Clydesdale scores. And Canberra, once they get a bit of territory, turn it into points. And it's the Bears 16-4.
Well, as I mentioned before, the Bears had been able to take advantage of the field position they had down inside the Canberra's 20. All it's taken is Canberra to be able to do the opposite. They've now been able to get themselves up inside that Bears 20-metre line. And it was just a nice, simple hit up. They found a little bit of a chink in that Bears defence. Couldn't quite number up across that right-hand edge near the upright. And the big props that are running out in that vicinity, they don't need a second opportunity if there's half a gap in that defensive line. They'll run straight, they'll run hard, and Clydesdale gets across with Canberra's first try.
So good work there by the Raiders. And it will be Kobe Black, their halfback, to line this one up. 14 metres back and around about 7 metres to the right of the posts. Good buzz around the ground here at North Sydney Oval. And he nails it. And 20 minutes gone. North 16, Canberra 6. Shane on the sideline.
Yeah, we had the opportunity to talk to Jake Clydesdale during the final series last year, where he scored 4 tries during that final setup for the Raiders. Young player still coming through. He still qualifies for the Jersey Flag competition. He hasn't turned 22 until later this year, but it's just that small error there from the Bears on that wild pass from the Raiders that gives them a little bit of luck, and if you're a Raiders fan, you're probably hoping that's what they need to see and be able to build on it.
And of course, Westpac Black Cheese Blues tickets are on sale now. Be a part of the passion, pride and party and secure your seat by heading to nswrl.com.au/origin/tickets. As the Bears with a wobbly restart. Good take by Chevy Stewart, and he'll play it just outside his own 20 here on tackle 1. Here they go through the middle of the Raiders with Clydesdale. And a penalty here for the Raiders as well for a high shot. So, Matt Mears, they're just going to try and work their way back into the match. They did have a close one against the Knights last week, losing 25-24. So, although they haven't won a game, it's not like they're getting lapped.
Yeah, but they said they had all the ascendancy in the first half and then let the Knights come back into it in the second. So they can't let that happen here again. They need to be able to make sure that they can sort of bridge this gap as quick as possible. With this Bears side, you just need to be running as level pegging as you can for the majority of the game. But they're already up inside Bears territory. Let's see if they can be the next to score.
Here goes Chevy Stewart away now to Amal. 3 Bears defenders on him, including Matt Stimson. Owen Paddy works it now to Dane Laurie on the left. Has a bit of a run. Dane Laurie's a dangerous player. A lot of NRL experience. Chevy Stewart out of dummy half, sprinting towards the try line. 7 metres away all of a sudden, the green machine, buoyed by the NRL win yesterday against Souths. Here's Owen Paddy. Has a bit of a run. Good defence by Stimson. If he missed him, that was a try. Here they go now to Dane Laurie. Dane Laurie running at the line. Try for Dane Laurie. He's a dangerous attacking weapon, he is. And all of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, if you went and got a cup of tea or a cup of coffee on Bar TV and you came back at 16:10, hopefully you paused the coverage. Can you do that? I don't know.
I think you can.
Yeah, you know, you pause it when it's like TV.
Yeah, I think you can, Kiwi. But look, they need in this position someone like Dane Laurie. We know the experience that he has in the NRL. He's a big in for this Raiders side this afternoon, and it showed why they wanted a player like him to stand up. It was a great bit of work there. Had work to do, a couple of Bears defenders on him, but he was able to just reach out and get the ball across the line. So, look, it could be one of these games of just he said, she said, whoever's got the field position is going to put on points, but from a Bears team that were probably running hot thinking, well, we've scored 3 tries in a row here.
Yeah.
They might be the ones that are having to have the chat behind the goalposts like the Raiders had to do earlier and go, well, what's going on here? We were so much in control, but now, they said this Raiders side, they can't be slept on.
So Kobe Black, 1 from 1, pretty much 20 metres back on our broadcasting side of the ground as he lines it up. And he's got it. So 25 minutes gone. North 16, Canberra 12. Shane on the sideline.
Once again, just a silly penalties there from the Bears, just giving up field position. But then also just a couple of good runs there by the forwards, just going hard and straight instead of trying to run inside, outside. Just hard, straight, run through the middle, you get points. So I'm pretty sure Ricky Stewart's watching, so if you are Ricky, thanks for tuning in. But your New South Wales Cup side, they're making a small comeback.
Kieran Heyman again with this pretty strong swirling breeze. And here we go now to Ethan Elia. Fires it out to Utah. And the Canberra Raiders have it pretty much on their own 20-metre here on tackle 1. Through the middle they go, and they hit hard here in defence. It was Asamoah. Owen Paddy with the yellow fluoro boots. Clydesdale straightens things up. There's Kobe Thomas in there to make the tackle. 15 short of halfway. Here goes Dane Laurie.